Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Altcoin Bosses. This is just a very quick video just to give you a heads up on how to cipher and look for coins, especially altcoins, that are actually getting ready to move based on their ecosystem that they've come from. All right? So let's get straight to it. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. All right? Now let's have a conversation. Ecosystems. I'm not going to dive too much into what they are, but a quick way to try and navigate the ecosystems, make your way over to CoinGecko. Click categories. And when you select categories, you'll be able to see which ecosystem is actually performing pretty well. All right. So in the last 24 hours, we can see that Avalanche ecosystem has been performing perfectly. All right. 730% increase. What's going on there? All right. That's telling me that money is going into this ecosystem. That tells me coins within the Avalanche ecosystem are effectively showing interest. So now my goal is to try and find coins that are either pulling back to the moving averages and preparing to make a move higher. All right. Same goes for Polygon as well. All right. We've got Polygon in front of us. We'll actually start off by looking at that first. So here we go. Great move to the upside. Coming out from this W formation. All right, looking on the higher time frame, so going to the daily, you can see bright as day what's going on. Big green vector candle coming away from this zone, getting ready to try and recover some more of this wick. The next day's candle should be very interesting, which could see price move higher. All right, it's got a lot of ground for it to recover, maybe aiming towards the $2.50 mark for Polygon itself. All right. Now the next coin on this actual, let's work on Polygon. All right, in the ecosystem of Polygon. We're familiar with Binance, but I'm looking for coins that we're not too familiar with. So the best performers today, all right, in the last 24 hours, CTK has actually seen some great ground. All right, so CTK USDT. Okay, now let's do the CTK USD. All right, look at that. What a coin. Yeah? Making a nice shift to the upside on the daily time frame, recovery of the red vector candle. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We've got to try and get into the actual move on the basis that we think it's going to continue in our favor. That's the thing about trading, ladies and gentlemen. You're never going to get the entry perfect, but you can improve the accuracy of it drastically if you are aware of how price behaves in and around certain zones. Now, the problem is with these big pushes to the upside, most of the time it is news related. So you're not really going to be able to take advantage of the news straight away, but you can see how it will start to develop. If you drop onto the 1 minute time frame on this move to the upside, okay, you could see that there was interest coming into this coin from the daily open itself. So if I just zoom in, all right, you can see on the 1 minute time frame, from the daily open, you can see that they kept on holding price above the daily open. All right. Now, when you look at it like this, you say to yourself, okay, so what reasons would I have to believe that price was going to go higher? Well, price was still trading above the 50 EMA. So hypothetically, if you were to enter on the test of this 50 EMA right here and bounces away from it, for every retrace that price comes back down towards the 50 EMA and holds, you can see there's intention there. Notice the red vector candles that are appearing at the highest point in the chart where they're trying to go long at the highest point, but in the cheapest range. Okay. So they're going long from this point, closing shorts and going long at the same time. Closing shorts, going long. And then you notice the next candles recover that. So even if you were to go long in this area right here, based on this very, very, very small W formation, all right, now be careful with small W formations, right? They can fail because on a smaller time frame, they don't last that long. All right. But if you notice how all the price was favoring a movement to the upside because the moving averages were stacked. Look, 200 was above the 800, 50 was above the 200, and the 5 and the 13 EMA were a long price. All right. So at this point right here, you can see there's a bit of a contraction. So you needed to test whether the intention was to continue higher. Green vector candle comes in and pushes above that zone. So there was your confirmation. And then you would put your drawdown or your exposure to probably just at the last point of interest right there. And you would say, if I'm wrong, price will come down here, hit my stop and close my trade and get ready for another trade. But in this instance, it kept on going and it kept on going and it didn't stop. You would have been looking for price to close below the 13 EMA for you to actually understand if it was going to break down. Even in this instance right here, you wouldn't have seen it break down. It wasn't closing below the 13 EMA, so you had every reason to hold the trade. Again, Didn't close below the 13 EMA. Opened below it, spiked below it, but it then closed above it. Intention was set, so you could have held your trade, all right? And then as you can see, as it makes the high, they start to pull it back. The first close below the 13 EMA, you may have left a bit of money on the table, depending on where your entry was. But if you made your entry all the way back here, and you closed at this point right here, on the first close below the 13 EMA, I'd say that was a nice profitable trade, okay? Now, talking in hindsight is the basis of it all, guys. We'll never know exactly. You know, we're always going to learn in hindsight. But at the same time, we can see these behaviors happening all the time in the chart, especially on the 1 minute time frame. It's not the first time you're going to see a coin pump like this. All right, it's never not going to happen. All right, it's just a matter of trying to find the altcoins that have got interest in the industry, or should I say the ecosystem, and trying to exploit it on that basis. All right. So the next coin, which we would like to try and see if we can grab any movement from, based on what we can see on CoinGecko right here, is let's have a look at IDEX. Let's see if IDEX has got any interest in that. All right, IDEX, here we go. So can we get the same sort of thing on IDEX as we have seen on CTK? Let's have a look at the hour time frame. Where we at there? Holding on the 50 EMA. Keeps holding. Okay, here we go. There it is, right there. 3 pushes to the upside. 1, 2, 3 hits out. Coming up above 50 cents. Looking out. Previous vector candle recovery of the wick as well. Right there. Perfect. The wicks always get recovered, ladies and gentlemen, because they are imbalances in the chart. And that's what we're looking for. All right. Always looking for the imbalances right there. All right. So put that on your list. IDEX. IDEX has actually broken away from the moving average. It's actually had the retrace. Now we're expecting it to hold in between the 5 and the 13 EMA. If the interest is there, we would then see IDEX actually coming back up towards this zone right here and then initiate a continuation to the upside. Why? Because what we would be expecting is the 50 EMA at that point would have actually come up towards this zone right here. The moving averages such as the 5 and the 13 EMA, they will experience a little bit of movement like so, but they would then be aiming upwards like so. And then the price itself would go from rise to retrace into this zone and then continuation, hit the liquidity pool right there and then release further on to the upside. All right, that's fundamentally what you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. When we see a big pump up in price, expect the retrace to come, and then you'll be looking for another move up because, of course, if they've been consolidating for some time, they have been preparing and building orders within certain ranges. Now you can see it's the first time that the 5, 13, 50, 200 and the 800 EMA are starting to expand out. When you see the expansion of the moving averages, momentum is starting to come in. All right, cool. Next coin. I'll just do one more rather than keep you guys for too long. Curve. All right, Curve is pretty good, man. I like Curve. All right, so CRV USDT, there we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the W formation coming into the 50 and the 200 EMA. They've too have also started to expand out as well. So that's really important. Let me make sure, yeah, CRV. You can see that the expansion is happening right here. So volatility is stepping into this coin. Naturally, we expect a little bit of a retrace. But look, until they break the 13 EMA, there's no grounds to be concerned about this going down. Naturally, it could actually come down and hit this daily open again. No problem. All right, we are cool with that. But we've already had a move out of the zone. So we are expecting further upside potential from this coin. Coming to the fact that we've got these wicks up here and we've got the potential to actually make an all-time high very shortly. Not very shortly, but actually this is the coin, yeah. This was the coin where it took me about 10 minutes to scroll up. All right, here we go. So what I want you to understand about this coin itself is it's following what Algo is doing. All right, check this out. Big wick, yeah? At some point, they're going to want to come back towards this wick because that's where interest was previously at. All right? So if we actually pull up Algo itself, you're going to start seeing something very interesting. Check this out. Where you at? See it? Same behavior. You can see that on the daily time frame of CRV, you've got the big wick right here. Yeah? And you've got exactly the same with Algo. They will need to refill that imbalance in the chart. That is inevitable. All right? And this is what happens with the altcoins. Orders get set, they manipulate the range, bring it straight back down, and then they work their way back up towards it again because people have got liquidity tied up in here. Same thing right here. Now, how long is it going to take is the key question. How long will it be before we actually see curve actually come all the way back up? All right? Because that's the value it got listed at. And then they came and tanked it all the way down. And now it's slowly trying to come back up. So it's a very interesting thing, that is. Yeah? Go on then. One more. One more coin. A coin which is actually going to get my attention. Okay, let's actually have a look at... Let's have a look at Ocean. Let's have a look at Ocean, because I know Ocean's pretty decent, to be fair. Here we go. Ocean coin. Here we are. All right. Not so long ago getting listed. Back in September. What can we see? Rare violet vector candle, blue vector candle coming up towards the previous wick right here. They spiked it, recovered the whole zone. Now it's pulled straight back down. Still in line for another move to the upside. Now, if this move with the altcoins and Ethereum making movement as well, if this move is going to happen, all the coins that we've been talking about are going to smash through all the zones that we are expecting them to return to. Okay? Even if we look at Matic today, look at this. We've been waiting for her to come up and break these zones. All right, look onto the 1 hour time frame, bright as day. You can see coming up, recovered that zone, and then they come into that zone right there, which we've been projecting, waiting for them to come back up towards this previous wick right here. Okay? So the takeaway from this video, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're wanting to try and work out which coins are getting ready to make moves to the upside or to the downside, all right, make your way over to CoinGecko. Some of you may be familiar with this, but go to CoinGecko, select the categories, all right, and just select a certain ecosystem that's actually got interest coming into it. Now, it could be because of games, you know, swaps, you name it itself. It's all within each ecosystem, all right? The last change in 24 hours, Avalanche has been going up pretty, look at that. Mad move to the upside, 732% increase, all right, in the last 24 hours. Something's going off with Avalanche, all right? So it'll be in your interest to go and have a look at coins in there and try and see which coins are actually making moves to the upside and fueling this interest. Where is that liquidity going to? That should give you then a good heads up on what to expect certain coins to do. Okay? So then if you are actually coming across coins that aren't performing too well, or you're holding coins or trades that aren't performing well, come here and just check them out. What if they're part of a ecosystem that's not doing so well? Yeah? Now, I hope that helps and serves you guys. It's my attempt at just diving into various ways of trying to research various altcoins, because my normal practice is I take all the altcoins that you guys shout at me in the streams and then I put them in a little playlist right here. Watch list. And then I just ride off that. I just take the highest percentage winner and then I take the lowest percentage winner and I have a look at what I could get from that. All right, is sand actually starting to accumulate? Here we go. What's sand preparing to do? Is it getting ready to test the 200 EMA in anticipation to make another move to the upside? We've got this big pattern formation coming in. Yeah? What about Zen? Doing exactly the same thing. Testing the 200 EMA. Getting ready to see if this coin's actually going to do retrace from this zone up and then continuation back up to recover from the previous wick. This is what I'm trying to establish. All right, and this is what I do. In order for me to break down price, I do this practice. Yeah? Gentleman asked me to look at Jasmine coin. Jasmine coin is very volatile, so you've got to be careful with it. Right now, not really doing much. Stuck at the 50 EMA, and it looks like it wants to try and come up, but until it comes back up towards this zone and breaks beyond that, I mean, the 800 EMA got printed 5 minutes ago, you know, so it's like not really a long time, all right? So keep an eye out on this coin, all right? It shows a lot of volatility, but be careful with it, okay? Guys, mad love and respect to all of you. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and my attempts at trying to break down price based on the ecosystems, but I hope it serves you guys well. And if you guys are in the know, you know, put something in the comments below so I can get some ideas from you guys so I can better serve you guys. How many times am I going to say the word guys? But you know what I'm trying to say. All right? Mad love and respect to all of you people, and I'll see you in tonight's stream. Take care. Peace.